You love to wake up in the morning and go to work up in space. Well, I was very fortunate to fly 3 space shuttle missions. They were all very different. The first one, I was the orbit pilot, also was a mission specialist, got to do science and train for spacewalks. It was a laboratory mission. The laboratory is about the size of a school bus, and it was back in the shuttle payload bay. My second flight was quite a bit different from that. It was a flight where we had a communication satellite that we deployed. Then we had an ultraviolet telescope that we used the robot arm and the shuttle to deploy. And then we separated from it and then came back and got it 5 days later. The final flight was as the commander of the shuttle on a docking mission to the Russian space station Mir. So 3 different missions, all very different. It's kind of odd because you look at the space shuttle, it looks the same on the launch pad every time. So one of the things that you do as the shuttle commander is you try and train everybody, brief everybody that when they first get to space, first thing they do is complete their checklist items, and then it's mandatory for them to look out the window. You see stars in the daytime up in space. You see the Earth with this very, very thin veneer of an atmosphere, this very thin coating of air it's actually not quite blue, it's more translucent. And the impression that you have as you look back is that it's a tiny planet, that there's only one ocean and there's only one atmosphere, and it's all connected. And you can see it literally as you go around it 16 times every day. But what you don't see when you look back at the Earth is you don't see any political boundaries. You don't see any divisions that are caused by cultural or language differences or, racial differences or religion. You don't see any of that. That would probably be the biggest lesson to learn, is that we're all in this together. We all share this one planet, and that maybe the differences that we seem to pick at most of our lives here aren't as significant as we make them day in and day out. What I liked about being an astronaut, you're flying jet airplanes, you get to fly in space, you get to do so many interesting things. You get to learn so many new things. Every single day you're learning something new. I think the most difficult thing about flying in space is knowing that you have to come home, because you realize that the time up there is very limited. And I mean, yeah, you miss everybody, but you realize that this is a very, very special thing that you've been able to do, and coming home is hard. You want to take that one last look out the window. You want to make those memories and kind of freeze dry them so that they don't fade, because it's such a remarkable